Mr. Chairman, I think Mr. Bishop identified the nub of the problem in his last comment. It's time, he said, that this committee started making college affordable and accessible. The attitude of our friends on the other side of the aisle, the attitude of the Department of Education, is that total control of our lives, and especially education, since that's what we're dealing with, should be done at the federal government level. It is not the role of the Congress to make college affordable and accessible. And again, that I think is the nub of the issue here. We've had the greatest higher education system in the world for quite a long time. It's worked extremely well. Most of us are products of that higher education system, and it hasn't needed the kind of intervention that this Department of Education has provided. We don't need the Department of Education deciding what a credit hour is. We don't need the Department of Education finding one instance out of 6,339 institutions that was identified as a problem, immediately fixed by the institution based on a review of the accrediting agency, but to develop a rule that then would affect all 338 other institutions who are doing their jobs very well. We just have a Department of Education that is looking for solutions to problems that don't exist. And I think that we need to rein it in. The fewer regulations that this department creates, the more that education will be accessible and affordable, because we won't put this tremendous burden of regulatory burden on the institutions. Congress has the role of oversight, and we should be exercising that role, but we could do that if we minimize the intervention. And so I say that Mr. Bishop's amendment is not needed, and that we should go forward sending a message to the Department of Education. Let's offer ways to make education accessible and affordable by staying out of trying to regulate and increase the cost of education in this country. So let's do our jobs and minimize the role of the Department of Education.
Mr. Chairman.
Gentlelady yields back. Without objection, the point of order is withdrawn. Mr. Hinojosa, you're recognized for 5 minutes.